Hello and welcome to Michael's Minty Music for today. Today we review Maroon 5's brand new album, Love Is Like. It's pretty meh, but some of the songs are fine, so could be worse. This is the track listing, and these are the tracks I added to my playlist. 4 out of 10, so 1 under half here. This album is pretty phoned in and definitely really overproduced. Almost all the songs sound similar to each other and similar to other pop tracks from the past decade and a half. The tracks I grabbed are the few that have a little bit of interesting stuff in them, but most of the songs are just boring. The quality is still not awful, mostly because the songs are really overproduced. They've been specifically kind of designed to be not bad, but they definitely aren't good or interesting. The flow of the album is just meh at well. The songs end up all in this weird mid-speed range where they have a decent backbeat, but they never really go anywhere. The opening track, Hideaway, is okay, and the closing track, California, is fine as a closer, I guess. Interestingly, the deluxe album is a bit better. It adds 3 more tracks, and the bonus tracks there are clearly kind of less produced and thus end up more interesting than the main album, where you kind of can tell that the interesting things about them weren't hammered out over the course of the production. The only really good thing about this album is that it's pretty short. Most of the tracks are less than 3 minutes long, and the main album comes in at less than 30 minutes. So even though it's boring, it ends up feeling like not a total waste of time, since you don't even spend an hour here. And as you can see from the writer and producer lists, there's a whole bunch of different people working on all this stuff that's, definitely too many cooks in the kitchen for this one. I do wish some of the songs had been good, because I think, if a song had been good, the shortness probably would have improved it, right? But overall, definitely a disappointing album from Maroon 5. There were 4 singles released before the album: Priceless, All Night, California, and the title track Love Is Like, featuring Lil Wayne. My favorite here is probably Priceless. It's clearly the best song here and the only one that could maybe be a hit. It definitely made sense to release that as the first single, but really, I don't think any of these tracks are going to go anywhere. These are all pretty meh. But those 4 are definitely the most interesting of the meh tracks here, which is why I rank this album 8th out of 10 of Maroon 5's albums, only over 2010's Hands All Over and the debut Chorus Flowers album, We Like Digging. Love Is Like is definitely one of the worst Maroon 5 albums. Even Hands All Over has some hits on it, although the flow of that album kind of sucks and I don't really love it. We Like Digging is definitely not good though, so pretty much everything ends up above that. Even Red Pill Blues and The Fourth World have a little bit of character with certain tracks, and there's some standout B-side tracks on both of those albums, which Love Is Like does not have. Honestly, even putting it over Hands All Over is pretty close. Depending on the day, I might rank this album as probably the worst main Maroon 5 album. However, because we haven't hit the fall yet, this album does temporarily take my top spot from 2025, since it's the only album I've heard from the year so far. Most artists try to go for a spring or fall release, so there's going to be at least 2 other albums coming out later this year, which will probably beat out this one. And speaking of that, next up will be the Beths' brand new album, Straight Line Was a Lie. I've been liking some of the singles that they've released ahead of this one, and I expect this album to take that top spot from Love Is Like, because Love Is Like is not very good. So stay tuned for that, and as always, stay minty.